my big idea, I think, is really to place performing artists as much as possible within communities, anywhere from small to medium to large, and really having a focused and long-term relationship with the people that live in the town. Because I feel that the towns or cities have much to provide to the artists, but also I feel the artists sometimes are not equipped enough to really have a presence in those communities. I have done a bit of research about this with regard to visual arts. And visual arts, because of what it is much easier to have a lasting impression in your community. You can have an exhibit there for a longer period of time. You can do art physically with people that reside in the community and people that really enjoy art. But music and dance are one of those more transient performing arts based. And I feel that today the real core is in the community. And I feel that part of this is due to the very sad events that have come before us, whether they be 9/11 or the attacks on Paris, or even here on our home turf, random shootings, etc. And I feel that communities are trying to bond a bit more. So what I ask is that if performing artists could possibly not only do their homework, so to speak, in advance of coming to a community, even if it's a very short run through, we call them drive-bys, if they could do their homework as to the demographics, what the community is built on, what perhaps corporations are in the community, the partners that help to fund whatever series or dance companies that come through their town. And sometimes that's a little bit easier to do, especially if it's a college town. Most of those towns are really focused on the university or the college, of course, and a little bit more difficult in towns where they don't have an institution of higher ed or a real center to the town. One of the best examples of this, and I know the National Endowment for the Arts does a huge amount with regard to this, setting ensembles and companies into communities. But I think if we can get back to the roots, it will be a feel-good kind of thing for not only the artists and what they are doing in these communities, but also the people who reside in these towns and cities. So those are the things that I would like to address. I think that most people are, and artists the same, are somewhat afraid to open the door a little bit wider. And one of the reasons I think artists are somewhat, I won't say scared, but a little skeptical to do more with educating with communities is because they really haven't been vested in their own community. So one way of doing that is to suggest to performing artists to volunteer in some of their own local organizations, whether it be a hospital or a community center, and then to be able to take those skills back to the practice room or the dance studio and apply them when they are doing their touring to other locations throughout the country. I find that Europeans are much more adept at doing these type of activities and working really within a community. And we are much more of a transient kind of environment here in the States. So I feel that artists can really make a difference by being engrossed in a community. And communities love it. When you send artists into a town, a city, the people on the other side, the local organizations, the presenter that hires them at a university, is just so thrilled to have somebody be on their turf and to really say, this is amazing, I had no idea this was happening. And it's a real life changer in many ways.